Hello, hello, and welcome to Tea Time with Tarot Sachet. I'm so glad you joined me. I am out on my veranda, and aren't the flowers gorgeous? Not quite as gorgeous as me, but that's okay. Today, I am so glad to have a lovely guest. You know him as Toadstool Tarot. Everybody, please put your hands together and welcome Robin. Hello, Robin.
Hello, Tarot Sachet.
How
You see,
are you?
I dyed and starched my hair, and my ponytail is standing straight up. I can't do a thing with it.
Oh, your ponytail is just excited to see me. And you know what they say, put the kids out of the room because I am sure your ponytail would look huge next to my tiny hands. My. Well, Robin, thank you very much for joining me. Let's say hi to a few people, shall we?
Let's.
Lisa Rhodes is here. Hello, Lisa. And then Heather, Indigo Jaguar Intuitive Arts is here, and she's doing her best Mrs. Doubtfire impersonation. Hello. Coyote the Gray is here. Hello, Coyote. Thank you. Zane, Tarot Toke and Witchery is here. Good to see you. Kathy, Tortoiseshell Moon is here. I absolutely adore Tarot Sachet and Robin, of course. I've been looking forward to this. Where we're going to spill all of the tea. Spiritual Rain is here. Hello. And good to see you. Very good to see you. And Beth, I do declare, clutch my pearls. It's time for Tarot Sachet. There you go. And yes, Heather's birthday. Heather, darling, is your birthday today? Because do we need to do a birthday party for you? You know, we could make that happen. Lorraine Morris is here. Hello, Lorraine. Good to see you. And Patricia Tyree. Thank you. I got my hair did especially for this. You like it? It's so pink. And aren't you needed at the North Pole, Robin? Beth asks.
Not today.
Not
today, Santa. Not today.
Not today, Santa. You actually, I had to call you off, didn't I? So, Lori Kramer is here. Hello. Deb H. Purple Elephant is here. Hello. And she's saying hi to everyone. It's so good to see people. And Heather's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Heather. Just for you. So, you like the bangs. I did decide to do a little bang.
You do have the best bangs.
The best bang
for the buck.
The best bang for the decks. I mean, best bangs for the buck. Yes. Well, Robin, would you like some tea? Oh, here you go. You've got some. Everybody, do you have your tea? Do you have your tea? Everybody, take a sip.
And this is in my holiday mug.
Oh, look at that.
Years ago, I got these William Morris print mugs just because I thought they looked sort of festive. Not really holiday, but anything decorative with tiny ornaments makes me think of the holidays. So
if you do not know William Morris, please look him up because a great artist. Was he considered the decorative arts?
Yeah, I don't know what that period is called, art and design or something, but it's very much in mode with like pre-Raphaelite, imagery. It's very ornate, flowery kind of floral stuff. He mostly did like wallpaper patterns and designs, but he did furniture.
did furniture and amazing stuff. I have Spiritual Rain said, I heard you have the best bang, but I didn't want to say anything. Well, there you go. And it looks like Heather is having a live get together on her channel this evening. So if everybody wants to, please feel free to go over and join her. And so, oh, and Beth has some William Morris tarot bags. I bet those are lovely. They're very are they about this okay, I don't know the time period, and somebody who can googs things would be able to know, but I is it the same time period as Frank Lloyd Wright? Was there an influence there, or was it earlier?
I think it's earlier. I'm not sure when Wright was. He was this century. I believe Morris was like the late 1880s or 90s. I could be wrong, but I think he's more the end of the last century than the early part of this century. Why do I say this century? We're already in the next one. I'm thinking the century. Yeah, I think William Morris was in the late 1800s, and William Morris is classified as arts and crafts movement during the 1800s.
Yes, thank you. And it truly is beautiful, and the designs are so distinctive. So they're quite gorgeous.
I'm surprised they haven't put out a tarot deck before now with some of his patterns or designs. Although I don't know if he used too many figures. He might have. There
were some, I believe, yes.
There were a few artists at that time that were similar that did figures like H.J. Ford and Walter Crane. They did illustrations for children's books, and I'm really a big fan of those. The Walter Crane ones are used on the Harmonious Tarot deck. If you're familiar with that, yeah.
And Beth has said arts and craft movement began around 1880. And Spiritual Rain says his designs are so ornate and look kind of regal.
Yeah.
And Patricia Tyree said he was born in 1834.
Okay.
And Heather added there are several lovely Muka tarot decks, which has that. I could see that that feel. And the Muka deck is one that Purple Elephant Deb H uses. So, well, before we go on longer, Robin, I have to thank you for sending me this tea. You sent Jeffrey and me this tea, Simpson and Vale. It is violet black tea, and it's lovely. It's lovely.
And I want to tell the people out there watching that it's black tea, but it's got violet flowers in it. And it's reminiscent of Granny's doilies or Granny's perfume. It's not overly strong in that regard. But if you've ever had those little Choward's violet lozenge candies, it's kind of similar to that. I discovered it on my first trip to the south of France, to Toulouse. And I think violets are fairly well known in that region. And we went to this charming little cafe, and it was on the menu, and I decided to try it. And it spaced me out. I thought, gee, is this a hallucinogen tea? Is this legal? Is this toxic? You know? I don't know what happened, but I was just like I don't remember when I've been so mellowed out by a beverage.
Wow.
I really
I'm very positive that I enjoy it, so it's not toxically positive.
Well, it can't be overly toxic or it wouldn't be allowed. But I thought maybe just a tinge, maybe it's just enough to do something to your senses. I don't know.
Well, or it could have been the environment that you were in. It also because and the attitude that you have toward it. So, okay. So, Yes, Deb H loves the Mocha deck. I don't own the deck. I know, shock. And by the way, so that I don't forget to tell you, purchase responsibly, know your limits, especially about the Simpson and Vale. So it's actually a really beautiful smell, and I used, I think, one heaping teaspoonful or tablespoonful for my lovely tea set, and I filled it up to about right here, so it's very flavorful.
And it actually holds its scent for a long. Those tins hold the scent in for a long time, because I've got tins a couple of years old,
Oh,
and they
that's
still
beautiful.
smell really good.
Yes.
Um,
Thank you, Beth. Frank Lloyd Wright began a Chicago practice in 1893, so I could see those,
there's
and
some
that's
overlap.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that tiny hand is a little out of control. Let me get through there.
I don't want to.
Yes.
I don't want to poop on your parade about the Mooka deck. I used to have it. Actually, I still have it in the bottom of a trade bag somewhere, because mine came with a defect. One of the cards had a chip in it, and I asked them for a replacement card, which they sent.
Mm-hmm.
But the one they sent also had a miscut corner, and on top
Oh.
of that, it had a different coloring on the lamination on the back, like from a different print run or something. So it didn't match.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have trouble with it because I love Mooka's art, but unfortunately, for those that maybe don't have quite such a discriminating eye, Los Scarabeo is notorious for hiring people to replicate art rather than using the artist's original art.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I could tell the difference. It's close, but no cigar
Sure.
in terms of Mooka, and
Sure.
that was something that I couldn't get by. Now,
Sure.
they've done that with a few other decks, like the Golden Botticelli, which I have, which that one passes for me.
Mm-hmm.
The Golden Klimt, and I can't quite tell when I look at those where the false images are, where they've been, how they've been redone. They're very convincing, but
Yeah.
sometimes they do a really bad job on there. There's a Bosch tarot. It's always the
Mm-hmm.
famous artist. And
Yes.
the Bosch tarot that was the worst I have ever seen. It's not the most one that's very good. It's a one where someone tried to kind of do a cartoon-esque version of Bosch.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. And Deb H said that would make it very hard to use, in my opinion, Robin. So,
Yeah.
and and Beth had actually said the mood was the south of France, and it wasn't necessarily the tea.
It could be.
And yeah, the violet cream chocolates.
Oh,
Were you talking about those? Those sound really good.
no, I've never heard of that. I need some.
Hi, Andrea. And Jonathan Daly is here. Hello. I am not tucking my pinky in, girl.
I want to know what other people are drinking today, if they're drinking tea, and if they have something to go with it, like a biscuit or a cookie.
Yeah.
Because
Coyote the Gray said, I thought the Mooka was supposed to be inspired by and not just a copy. Was the Mooka one of the early ones of the inspired by? Because that's a good question. I understand that.
I'm not sure, but they tried very hard to replicate the style and copy some of the painting images.
Oh,
but I can't really explain what the difference is, but you can see it in some of the faces.
mm-hmm.
It's not quite the same, and I don't think the colors are quite as vivid either.
Jonathan has a lemon ginger tea. Beth said, I thought the Bosch tarot was snippets taken from the Garden of Earthly Delights.
That's the new one, and that's excellent.
Okay.
That one I won't buy because it's got like 6 different suits or something, and it's like too complex for me to wrap my head around.
Oh, okay.
The imagery is excellent, and it's taken from Bosch's art.
Patricia Tyree is drinking iced tea with lemon cookies. And Kathy, Tortoiseshell Moon, said, I've got a lovely mug of cocoa with little marshmallows. So do you have any biscuit? Oh, and okay. And Coyote the Gray had some Earl Grey just before the stream started. I need lift. I needed the lift and couldn't wait. I hope we continue to lift you, Coyote the Gray.
I love Earl Grey, but I think Earl Grey may be an acquired taste. I know a lot of people that don't enjoy it, but I love it.
That's me. White wine spritzer with some brie and raspberry jam on crackers. Yummy. Could you imagine a Georgia O'Keeffe deck?
Yes.
I could. So what kind of biscuit do you have?
Well, at the moment, I have several, but well, we don't really call them biscuits here. We call them cookies. But for this broadcast, we'll call it a biscuit.
It'll be a biscuit.
I have Lorna Doones, which are one of my favorite tea dunking. I don't know if you dunk your biscuits, but if you're going to dunk a biscuit in tea, Lorna Doones and graham crackers, too, are very good for that. They dissolve very well in hot tea. So I love the Lorna Doones shortbread cookie.
So do you dip your cookies or your biscuits in your tea? Do share. Karen Robinson is here. Hello. Beth is Aspasia Rising. Room temperature water with lemon after enjoying couscous with asparagus and fresh peas. Where are you getting fresh peas this time of the year? So, I can't get my eyes off that pinky. I am taunting her. Karen said, I haven't dunked my biscuits in 20 years. Is this something that only the young do? Well, then I best dip my biscuits. Dip in my biscuits. Oh, that's a new stash tag. Dip my biscuit. Kathy is a biscuit dunker, too. Joe is no dunking. Lorraine loves Earl Grey, too, but I don't know many other people that do. I love Earl Grey, but have a friend who calls it a bordello brew. Ooh, a sage tea. That sounds good. I had a mocha. I had a mocha. I had a mocha latte. Going back full circle, I had a mocha latte. I had a mocha latte with a slice of spice-flavored chocolate Yule cake. Ooh. And dip my biscuits. I dunk all of the time.
I don't make coffee much at home. I have instant espresso. And sometimes what I do, though, is I'll make one of those hot mugs of hot chocolate, from the powder. And then I'll put a teaspoon in of instant espresso coffee and shake a little cinnamon in it. So it's kind of like a cafe mocha with a little bit of cinnamon. It's actually kind of nice.
Very nice. Trader Joe's for the fresh peas.
We have anybody in the audience that's either Polish or Ukrainian? I'm not really sure what these are. These are cookies I got at the grocery. They come out around this time of year, these fold cookies. And
oh, nice.
It's like sort of like a sour cream dough with apricot and raspberry fillings. And it's called kolaki or kalachki or something like that.
Kalaki? Oh, nice. Okay.
And they're really soft and tasty.
Yeah. M.A. the Gray is here. Hello. And Kathy said, biscuit dunking is big here in the UK. But isn't it a thing about like you only dip where, depending upon where you're from and what you're drinking? And it's like, ooh. So Beth loves Starbucks peppermint mocha. Yes, Rain, you got it. It's a lovely cookie to make, Rain said. And I love those too, Beth. I allow myself only one a year. One a year. Holy mackerel. My goodness. I am having I am just having a it's a rich tea biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think those must be low cal, right? There's not much sugar in them.
well, in I yes, biscuits are English biscuits are less sugary, and I buy these at World Market where you can get some of them, and they were on sale, so of course I had to get several of them. But in my mind, then a serving size is an entire sleeve. It's like Girl Scout cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Girl Scout cookies, it's the entire sleeve of Thin Mints is one serving in my mind.
Well,
So
especially if you're dunking them, they go a lot faster when you dunk.
yes, yes.
When I'm not really fond of graham crackers, but
Uh-huh.
if I got hooked on putting butter on graham crackers and then dipping them in,
Oh my.
because then the butter sort of melts and it like gives it this great sort of salty flavor and dairy-ish, and the graham cracker just kind of melts in your mouth. So, and I can go through a whole sleeve of those in no time. But I've been craving this year sugar cookies, just a plain old sugar cookie.
Yes.
A nice home baked kind of soft sugar cookie. And the only thing I could find was Pepperidge Farm, and these are Zurich sugar cookies, and they
okay.
like red sugar on them.
They
They
do.
don't cut it for me because they're not soft. But
wow. Joe hates it when a biscuit falls into the mug and the possibility puts them off.
You need to have in handy.
Yorkshire tea. I like a Yorkshire tea. Amy is here. Hello, Amy. Good to see you. I have them. Oh, they're talking about the lovely Starbucks and graham crackers with room temp St. Andre's cheese, Robin, or any kind of bloomy white cheese is amazing. That's good. So, I am not particularly an Earl Grey fan. It doesn't work for my palate. I'm also a person who, what is it that is it in Mexican food they put in that tastes like soap to me?
Oh, I know what
Somebody
you
in chat's going to know that, but it tastes like soap to me.
It's a green herb, and I can't think of the name of it.
Yes, and I can't remember. Somebody in chat's going to, type it in.
Yeah.
So, cilantro. Yes, thank you, Coyote the Gray.
Yeah.
Thank you, cilantro. And Ms. Tarot D is here. And as you all know, Ms. Tarot D was the first guest ever on the Tea Time with Tarot Sachet. So, and Rain is a foodie, definitely.
You know what's on my, I don't know how you are about sweets around the holidays. Everybody has their favorite sweets, and I do too. I actually got burned out on my favorite sweets, which are Russian tea cakes.
How is that possible?
You can buy them online, but they're not called Russian tea cakes. They're called pecan cashew meltaways or something on Amazon, which is a close second, but they don't have as much butter in them as like homemade. And the homemade ones are a pain in the ass to make. You have to do a lot of forming and rolling, and then baking and rolling in powdered sugar. But what I've been craving this year, it's not a cookie. I've been craving peanut brittle, and it seems
really
peanut brittle is like a holiday thing. It seems like around the holidays.
Yes.
But I can't find it at any of the New York stores. I need to find some vintage candy store or something.
Really? You can't find peanut brittle anywhere?
No. Maybe I have to order it online. I'm sure Amazon will have it or something, but
yeah. Well, let me get caught up in chat because a lot of people are very happy to see Ms. Tarot D. Ms. Tarot D, we love you. And Sherry H, Voices from the Swamp, is here. Hello, Sherry. And yes, that episode with Ms. Tarot D was epic. And I'm scheduling more of these. So if y'all want to be on with with Tarot Sachet, let me know. Beth said, my dog loves cilantro and is very good for dogs. Oh, that's cool. You are the UKers, and I am glad you're here. Thank you. And Amy's smiling love and light likes jammy Dodgers with good old milk. Boring, I know, but that's the best way you can do. It's all good.
Hang on a sec. I'm gonna rush and make another cup of tea, but I don't want you to see me in my dainties, so I'm gonna cover the camera for a minute.
Oh
now,
my!
Continue on. I can still hear you. And
okay, let's all describe what we think Robin is wearing under there. I'm imagining he's a bit like Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Probably got the holes, stockings and all that stuff. Anyhow, fruitcake. So, and my favorite Christmas time holiday sweet is rum balls. Can't get enough with a nice sip of Bailey's. Yes. And see. And so it's easy to make, Robin. You can make peanut brittle at home. Robin lives in a New York apartment that is about this big. Literally. My tiny hands would look huge in Robin's apartment. So I don't know if he has a stovetop, but... And Beth asked, do you have a Trader Joe's near you, Robin? They have peanut brittle. So...
I do have a Trader Joe's, and I'll go look.
Yes. And today is Heather's birthday. You're right. And after this, there is Heather's hosting a birthday party. And yes, Ms. Sachet, that was such a fun time. As soon as I can bear sitting the makeup chair again, I would love to do more. Girl, you do not have to put the makeup on. Just show us your hands. Do camera down. If you can talk, we're there. So, Frankenfurter, see, you're all saying, Patricia Tyree thinks you're wearing tighty whities. Red and white tights to match the match Tony Antoinette Intuitive Tarot jewelry. Good one. It goes with the hat, doesn't it? Goes with the hat. And and a corset underneath. Ooh, goodness.
It could be red and white onesie.
I am loving what Coyote the Gray said. Porky Pig in it. That is brilliant. Santa boxers, bloomers, and buckle shoes. Oh, yes. He's got some lingerie going on there. Love the... Sherry H loves divinity candy as she's bringing us back. And we go back to a pair of black lace leggings with green satin underwear on. That was, my goodness. Robin, New York City has everything. I'm sure you can find peanut brittle here.
Oh, well, I heard somebody say Trader Joe's. So we have several of those, so I can find it. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, the Queens will be back. The Queens will be back. So, Toadstool pants. Do you have Toadstool pants? That's hilarious.
You mean like crocheted? No, it's a little bit much for me.
No. I would say, do you have underwear with toadstools on them?
Oh, that sounds nice, but no. I'll keep a lookout for that. That might be a nice thing for me to get.
You had asked earlier, seasonal treats. I really like a ginger snap. I like gingerbread men. I like the taste of ginger. I cannot get enough of ginger snaps and gingerbread men. I think they're just delicious.
I haven't had a ginger snap in ages. My mother was addicted to them. And that's an acquired taste for me because sometimes they're a little bit strong. And I'm not a fan of ginger other than in ginger ale. But when I order Chinese food that has ginger in it, I say, leave it out, please.
Oh,
I just
Ms.
don't.
Tarot D loves a traditional Italian almond cookie.
Have you ever had
So,
crystallized ginger?
I have.
Yeah, it's like a candy, right? People like that.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think it's a
And
day thing.
yeah. And Ms. Tarot D said there are so many amazing bakeries in the Bronx, Arthur Avenue, Little Italy.
Mm.
I said what I said, Tony. I am not going to apologize. Oh, there he goes again. When I make anything with the fall spices, oh, we can sort of see in through the little hole there, can't we? Can we see? What's he doing? Can you see? Here we go. Ginger snaps. Oh, okay. Rain cuts them down. Too spicy. I made some medicated ginger snaps, but a little too early yet for those. Okay. Ginger snaps, gingerbread, ginger ale, all of the ginger stuff, yum. And isn't ginger good for your digestion? I believe. It's like a peep show. It is. Oh, pizzelles. Oh, love those. Ginger is great for digestion. Thank you, Jonathan. So, fresh ginger is really good for you too. And they went the wrong way for us to see. So, there was a hole in your pants. We
Oh,
could sort of see we were trying to peek through, or I was.
oh dear.
It's like it's like you put Vaseline on the lens. Yes, that used to be a technique. And Deb H. Purple Elephant said, I almost saw something. It's like trying to track down Santa Claus, isn't it? You know, as a kid, trying to stay awake long enough to see Santa. But Santa always knew.
It's like that
Santa
song.
always knew.
I saw Santa in his underpants.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I like ginger, and I actually made gingerbread cookies in the spring this year because I wanted them, and I'm an adult, and that's what adulting is. I can do whatever I want.
I've been watching a lot of those holiday baking contest shows, and
Hmm.
they all have gingerbread in them. And it's like, I like gingerbread, like cake or whatever, but
Oh, ginger cake.
like eating cardboard or bark. I mean, they're sort of stiff, aren't they? I don't know.
Well, yes, gingerbread men are stiff sometimes. But they're doing that because they have to make something. They have to make a house or
Yeah,
some sort of three-dimensional thing, and gingerbread cookies is actually a strong is strong. So
it's a good building structure, but I wouldn't go eating concrete or plaster, you know. So yeah, you can make a house with it, but is it edible? I don't know. You have to have some pretty good
yeah,
chompers.
yeah. Yes, Sachet. We are all adults. Screw the system. Break down the establishment. We want cookies now. And if I want some ice cream for breakfast, then I have ice cream for breakfast. The icing on the gingerbread helps them to soften up.
Oh,
So,
I didn't.
and
I don't know who puts icing on it. Well, I guess if you're decorating the
well,
house.
if you're decorating them, yeah, yeah. And Heather saw gingerbread tea being sold at Barnes and Noble on Sunday. Oh my!
Do you
You
know
can get a
in the Pepperidge Farm line they have Ginger Man cookies, the little ones. Do those taste like gingerbread, or is that a whole different kind of a thing? It's thick.
the cookies. Those are ginger. They have a little bit of ginger, but they also have some other spices. By the way, for entertainment purposes only, I know lots of little things about nothing, and I have an opinion about everything, and I'm not afraid to share it. So there you go. Robin, try dunking the ginger biscuits in your tea. Game changer.
Okay.
It's a good idea. The houses aren't edible, at least the ones I used to make. If you dip them in the rum, that also softens them up a bit.
That softens me up.
Okay. Oh, Spiritual Rain likes that too. Ginger nuts are particularly good. Yes. I think I like the rum idea. Well, Deb H, you're packing the stuff up. You totally deserve that. So, but wow. So,
You
now
know,
we are.
another thing I miss is the old-fashioned homemade peanut butter cookies. You know, the ones where you used a fork to make cross hatches on the
I
top.
love those. Yes.
Why can't you get those? The closest you can get in the grocery is Nutter Butters, and it's not really the same.
I just want to put this up here for a second, because Sherry H has made a very strong statement. And where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh no, I lost it. Who
was it that made it?
I think it was. Wait a minute. Where? It was Sherry, and I don't see it.
I don't see Sherry on here anywhere. Oh, there. Voices
No,
from
it
the.
was.
It's way up there, though.
Yeah, but it was something about show me a show me a gingerbread man, and I'll make him edible. So my goodness.
Yeah.
Me goodness. Okay. I love this. So thank you, everybody.
Heather
I happen.
says she saw a gingerbread tea being sold at Barnes and Noble on Sunday.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if you mentioned that already.
It's okay. All right. Well, y'all know what it said, so that's okay. And Deb H happens to have some rum. Oh, it's Kraken. So it's a spice rum, and you could just say it's time to release the Kraken. Yes. Does anybody get that reference? Or the blossoms with the Hershey's Kiss on top. Ooh. Yeah, you have to make them at home. Those with the mark. Love the peanut butter cookies. Yes. And
I might just have to buy a toaster oven and do some baking. I don't have an oven anymore.
I think you can get the peanut butter cookies at Whole Foods.
Oh.
So there you go. Release the Kraken. Of course, some of you get Release the Kraken. So you know what they say: a good gingerbread man is hard to find, and a hard gingerbread man is even better to find. Wink, wink. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? There you go. Clash of the Titans. Admiral Old J's Tiki Fire, 75% proof.
Am I correct in assuming that if we had to pick a holiday throughout the year that defines cookies, it would be this holiday, wouldn't it?
I would think so, yes. I would agree with you.
So I would say Christmas and Christmas time holidays really are the signature cookie holiday.
And Lise said you could make those peanut butter cookies with 3 ingredients. I bet it's peanut butter. I bet it's butter. No, peanut butter. Is it sugar and
flour? Is
there flour in it? Oh, here you go, Patricia. Flourless peanut butter cookies. 1 egg, 1 cup peanut butter, 1 cup sugar. There you go.
I tried to do a 3-ingredient fudge because I like fudge too, and it didn't turn out well. I followed the recipe. It's like, that's not the way I remember fudge.
Love that. Yeah. And this is the time to do a lot of baking. You're right. And so Kiba is here. Hello, Kiba. Good to see you. Yeah, peanut butter, sugar, and egg.
What's a keto cookie, Antoinette?
It's for the keto diet when you're trying not to eat sugar or carbohydrates or something like that.
Isn't
So
keto like meat or something?
you eat a lot of meat, I thought.
I don't know if I'd like a meat cookie.
Well, I don't think it's just a meat cookie. That's something else, Robin. We're back to that glory hole thing. So, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to put the no 18 or under on it. So, and 3 ingredients, peanut butter cookies, yes. So, and so yes, I think this is the holiday where there's a lot of cookies and a lot of baking. And I know a lot of people who they do cookie exchanges. So people make like 6 or 7 dozen cookies, and they swap dozens of those with other people. So then you've made 7 dozen cookies, and then you end up getting 7 dozen different cookies. So it's great. And I love it, Robin. People are wanting you to be able to cook in your in your room. An easy fudge recipe is condensed sweet milk, some chocolate and vanilla, and you can make it in the microwave. Do you have a microwave?
I do, and that's the recipe I used, and it was
Oh,
terrible. I hated it. So I don't
so
know how Mom used to make hers on the stove, but it must have been different ingredients. I
and
didn't.
keto has specific chocolates and sweets because it's not regular sweets or carbohydrates. And everyone, thank you for this because this is exactly the nonsense Emmy the Grey needed in their life this afternoon. Boom. Mission accomplished, gang. Everybody drink up for that. Celebrate the season. We have,
Well,
oh, I'm going to put my pinky out.
I also say that I abstain. I go off my abstaining from sweets for the holiday, and the holiday being Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day, Easter. So from from Halloween to Easter is one long holiday of festival of
Well,
sweets.
of course. Of course. You know, yeah. And oh, the keto cookies fill you up too. Um,
Peanut
and then
butter.
we have, I'm a peanut butter queen, and the best are vegan peanut butter from Trader Joe's to do. Ooh. Oh, well, sometime I thought you were releasing the Kraken too. That will help make the packing a little bit more enjoyable as well. Can't guarantee everything will get there safely, but you won't care. Lori Kramer said, Robin, my grandmother made fudge on the stove with the recipe on the Hershey's cocoa container.
Yeah.
What is it with you and this pinky? I don't understand. Should I not be having the pinky up? Should I be doing this? What's up with the pinky? Hashtag enlighten me. No pinky shaming.
What's the detailing on your cup? That Danny cup? Is it a?
It's a
Oh,
flower. It matches my garden. I'm just sitting out here enjoying the veranda. You know, there you go. I would be
yeah.
absolutely in heaven if I had all kind of Mackinac Island fudge around me for Christmas. There you go. Mm. And that's why, even though I'm not Catholic anymore, I tend to fast during Lent, trying to get some of those holiday cookies off my backside. So, but I like all of the sweets. So, but anyhow, so now we were talking backstage. One of your things that you've been doing, by the way, how's your throat? How's your voice holding up?
It's fine, thanks. I
Because
clear it every once in a while, but it's fine.
yeah. Robin was a little under the weather, and so is taking care of himself, and has decided to not disappoint the adoring fans. So he still showed up, and So we were just talking about maybe it's because he hasn't been talking, and so, but it's perfect for the tea. So pinky shaming, I'm just poking fun. Sachet, honey. Even Emily Post, um, Queen of Etiquette, states that you should not lift your pinky up when you drink tea. I totally lift my pinky up. Well, I should lift. What if I lift two fingers up? Would that be? Here's a new way to drink tea. There you go.
I think that's the Jamie way.
Oh, she's not here to defend herself. I'm glad I'm watching this
I
while
think
sitting
she'd be
next
the
to
first to admit it, though.
Hershey's Kisses. We did buy some Hershey's Kisses. Actually, I should say Jeffrey bought some Hershey's Kisses. Hershey's Kisses. Hershey's Kisses. I've had too many Hershey's Kisses.
Hershey's Kisses are sloppy.
Yes, and he bought three kinds. One's with the almond, one with the peppermint, and then the original ones. So I put them all into a container, and I have them up on a top shelf. So he may forget them. So
my niece used to make this little thing. She'd get mini pretzels, and you put them on a cooking sheet, and then you put a Hershey's Kiss on top, and then you tuck it in the microwave until it melts enough that you can push a little M&M down on the top, and it makes kind of like sweet waffle treat. It's good.
I love a sweet and a salty.
Yeah.
Just like me, I'm sweet and salty. So there's so much talk about fudge. And yes, it is a rose design. I'm showing off my rosebud as much as possible, Tony. Oh, Hershey's Kisses on peanut butter cookies. Yes. Yes. Now, did you ever grow up having, we called them no-bake cookies? Did you ever have those?
The only no-bakes I remember are the Rice Krispie treats you stick in the fridge.
Okay. No, we had no-bake cookies where it was butter, cocoa, peanut butter, milk, and then oats. And then you cook them, and then you put them together, and it's basically a way to get oatmeal into your diet, oats into your diet, but it's surrounded by sugar and peanut butter. So it was like they're totally awesome, and you make them on yes, thank you. Somebody else knows, and that's in the family. That's in my family made a cookbook, and so that's one of the recipes that's in the cookbook. So,
what's it called? The Schwab cookbook.
Schwab. It's actually
Schwab.
So, I can't remember the name of it, but I did have to make the mom wanted a shield on it, a coat of arms on it, so she had me do that. I remember chow mein noodles with melted butterscotch chips as no-bake cookies. Did I dream it? Yes. You did not dream that, M.A. the Gray. I know exactly what you're talking about. So,
yeah.
Sounds like overnight oat chip. I like the old-fashioned fudge. Real sugar, no corn syrup, and you can't make it when it's humid or you'll end up with chocolate sauce, which is not at all bad, especially when you put that on top of ice cream.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, hot fudge. Hot fudge sundae.
Yep. Yeah, we did make a cookbook, and it has the recipes in it from my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, and there's also recipes in there for chicken and dumplings. So I have not made those, but I do go to that so to have it. And I also, Lizzie, love the family cookbooks and the old church lady cookbooks. When there's some a library sale or a used book sale, I will go and I will find those because they're just so good. So
my mother got a lot of her recipes out of the Women's Day and Family Circle magazines from the 50s,
yes.
60s. Yep.
Yeah. So, the only no-bake cookies Ms. Tara D are candy bars. The joy of cooking Schwab. There you go.
Yeah.
So,
I
And
think you should call it the Schwab de Vivre.
oh, there you go. Next up, there'll be a cooking segment. So I don't want to do a cooking segment. So Love No Bakes with oatmeal and the butterscotch over choy chow mein noodles. Yep. I'm getting hungry now. Yeah. Sorry.
I used to publish a little fanzine for a while, and it was only a 4-pager fold, but it was record reviews and quirky recipes and odd obituaries. And the recipes were, it was called Quirky Fanzine, and I had a lot of fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
My recipes were from my own limited palette of
Wow.
offerings, that anything I could do, one pot method in a microwave oven. Most of them started off with brown your ground beef and pour off the fat.
There you go. There you go. My recipe for the family cookbook was my cheesecake recipe.
Mm.
I had a good cheesecake recipe. I love all the vegan fun. Yeah, Ms. Antoinette Intuitive Tarot is making a lot of vegan suggestions. And Spiritual Rain is like recipes and obits. I mean, that sounds like a double album. It's like oh, and I love it. M.A. the Gray says that's good life advice. Brown your brown your beef and pour off the fat. Recipes for the wake. There you go.
Yeah.
They die from the recipes in your fanzine.
No, I could tell you. Let me tell you one quick recipe because I used to have it for January 1st parties. It was my S&M salad. You take a bag of Skittles and a bag of M&Ms and you throw them together in a dish and stir it and offer it up in a bowl, and you either get an S or an M or maybe an SN to them. And what you end up with is like fruity flavored chocolates. It's the closest thing it might be is like sort of like a chocolate covered raisin, but you get that tart from the Skittles and the chocolate from the M&Ms. It's really a quite tasty little treat.
I've actually done that with trail mix. I've actually put it in. And it's because Tony can't do dairy. And okay, correct me. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Vivian? Is it Viviane or Viviani? So
I've wondered that myself.
Find out who died and choose a recipe to bring to the wake at the same time. Wow. And there was some talk about seeing bye Beth. There's about seeing some recipes on gravestones. So I love that you make a mean cheesecake sachet. It's an art. Graham cracker crust. It is a baked graham cracker crust. So it reminds me of the chocolate oranges they have in the UK. That sounds really, really good. Robin, maybe you ought to bring back the zine. You could do that for YouTube. You could read it instead of that.
I could make an e-zine, yeah.
And Lori Kramer is correct. I think we have some titles for the Tuckbox Rage crew in the chat. Yes, you are correct. Number 3 is correct, Tarot Sachet. So it's Viviani. Okay. Okay, no dairy there. Yes. Oh, see? Yes, Robin, bring it back. Hello, Dolly cookies? My mom made the best. Ooh, there you go. That's next up on a future episode. It would be fun to match cookies with different major arcana cards. Wow, that's good. Oh, yes, and people are loving the jaunty angle of your hat. And look who's here, everybody. Deanne, Blue Crescent Tarot. Everybody sip, sip. I'm putting my finger down. Mm. And remember, Simpson and Vale. Violet tea. Mm-hmm. It's actually really good. So, Robin, you have been lounging around in your luxurious apartment that you can touch both sides of the wall when you stand in the middle, correct?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like luxury when you describe it like that, but that's why I've been on a marathon of film watching Hallmark romance holiday movies because they do all the decorating and I don't have to.
Yes. Okay. And so let me ask you this, and everybody in chat can tell us what are your top two holiday movies? No, let's make it top three. Top three holiday movies that you need to see in the month of December. Top three holiday movies.
Ooh. It's fun.
Jonathan said, I love a good rose petal black tea.
I have I have lots of CDs and DVDs, and I collected a lot of them,
Mm-hmm.
and I put them in albums, and I have a whole album just of winter movies. Now, they're not all
Nice.
holiday, but every one of them has snow in it. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, my three that I have to watch every year, one of them is Christmas in Connecticut with Barbara Stanwyck. Do you know that one?
Okay. I have heard that one. Yes, I think I've even watched it.
With Sidney Greenstreet. And
Mm-hmm.
the second one is Desk Set with Katharine Hepburn and Joan Blondell.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to think about the third one. Let me think a minute. Since You Went Away. I love that. I'm a major fan of Claudette Colbert. And that one goes around the year, but it does have a couple of Christmas scenes in it. So, yeah, that'll be my three.
Okay. So Calla Lizzie said, except I end up wanting the Hallmark rom-com Christmas people to die horrible deaths.
Yeah.
So,
I get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about it because I suspect, I don't know for sure, and don't tell me, I suspect that channel is probably highly promoted by the far right.
But isn't the Hallmark Channel, aren't they having more inclusive movies?
Well, yeah, I think there's a couple of gay Jonathan Bennett movies, and that's about it as far as I know. But yeah, as far as diversity, they're a little bit better. But I was thinking the other night, why do all the stars and starlets have to be gorgeous, drop dead looking? Why couldn't they do a Hallmark movie with a romance featuring a perfectly average looking couple?
You mean normal looking people? What?
Yeah, right.
All right. Heather said Rudolph the Nutcracker and Frosty. And Xmas Eve, my son and I watch Die Hard every year. My other two movies are It's a Wonderful Life and While You Were Sleeping. And Ms. Tara D said, I must share, Robin and I did get to have a quintessential New York moment when we got to meet in a cafe in Greenwich Village for tarot sharing. I remember hearing about this.
Yeah.
And the first two Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen. Elf, any of the Lord of the Rings movies, and Die Hard. Calla Lizzie loves Desk Set.
How is Lord of the Rings holiday, or you just like to watch it around?
I think it's just the question is that you like to watch during the during the month of December. And Ms. Tarot D said, everybody say it with me, Robin, you are such a gem.
I'm a diamond in the rough.
Love Actually, but does 1964 Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer count? Yes, it does, because I like Love Actually a lot. And I would say any of the Rankin and Bass films, the animated TV shows are great.
I have
Um,
I have another one. I can do without the Grinch sometimes, but I have to see Charlie Brown's Christmas every single year.
mhm.
And for me, it's mostly about that incredible jazz score by Vince Guaraldi.
Yes.
That was genius. I think that
Yeah.
makes the cartoon really. I
Mhm.
love that. I have to see it.
Yes. Spiritual Rain said Christmas Vacation for Silliness. 2, Christmas in Connecticut. I love Barbara Stanwyck, my heroine, and the Santa Claus because I love Tim Allen.
Mm.
Um, and then,
Another good Barbara Stanwyck Christmas movie is one called Remember the Night, which she's in with Fred
oh,
Murray, and she plays a pickpocket, and he's like a DA, and he has to take her home for Christmas because he doesn't want to see her in jail during the holidays. And then they end up falling in love and the whole shtick. But it's
mm-hmm.
very quaint and wonderful Barbara Stanwyck movie.
Kathy said Narnia, Christmas Carol, Albert Finney, and You've Got Mail. Medium Betsy Palmer is here. Hello, Medium Betsy Palmer. And just so that everybody is aware, next Tuesday at this time, there is a Laugh and Learn and Magic Tool Talk with Betsy Palmer. We are talking about bay leaves. So,
Bay leaves, not Bailey, right?
Bay leaves, not Baileys. That's a whole different show. And Coyote the Gray said there's a new right-wing Hallmark now with Full House Girl, LOL.
Oh,
Black
yeah.
Christmas, or the remake of Black Xmas, Meet Me in St. Louis, and A Christmas Story. You've got Meryl, When Harry Met Sally too. And because it is Heather's birthday, she's allowed to put more than 3 in because she's already, I think we're up to 7 now.
Yeah.
Or the Gremlins.
Any fans of Miracle on 34th Street? And if so, which one? I guess you'd have to be the original one.
So there's some conversation about the channel. Patricia Tyree said Christmas Carol. I watch all of the versions. Island of Misfit Toys and Die Hard. And I am a huge fan. For those of you who know me, A Christmas Carol is one of my favorite stories, and I will watch every single version of it that I can. So, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Nightmare Before Christmas, and when I was a kid, I was forced to watch It's a Wonderful Life every Christmas time. And Robin is a gem indeed. There's several people have agreed with that.
You know what I found surprising? That people are telling you the movies that they love are more Turner Classic Movie Channel fare than contemporary movies. I mean, the Hallmark one is marathon round the clock modern movies, but the ones they love are the old black and white classics.
Yeah. It's like Wizard of Oz isn't an Easter movie, but they kept showing it at that time of the year. Yes. And when was The Sound of Music? And Moses. Those are, Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, not Yule without it. Okay. Rankin and Bass. Yes. Love Actually is amazing. I love that. I like Love Actually. Medium Betsy Palmer said, It's a Wonderful Life. Meet me in St. Louis, since I'm from St. Louis. Miracle on 34th Street. Always watch non-holiday movies during the holidays. Oh, I am so far behind in chat. The Jacket and The Man Who Fell to Earth. Yeah. Charlie Brown Christmas, Mr. Magoo, Scrooge. And we're on to the third hat, people. Charlie Brown, Frosty with the dentist elf, yes. Yes, love the gay dentist in Rudolph. We don't know he was gay. We don't know. And Spiritual Rain said, I know every Barbara Stanwyck movie. We could talk about Double Indemnity, Robin.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Hermie. It was Hermie, yes. I love to watch the Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings Hobbit movies in December. I also like the Grinch original and the one with the screaming goat in it. It happened on Fifth Avenue. And, okay. The Bishop's Wife with Cary Grant, The Family Man, Nicolas Cage, and Scrooge, Albert Finney. And Betsy Palmer said it needs to be the original 34th Street. Mm-hmm. Yes. And Scrooged is a great movie, absolutely. And love the original of the Miracle on 34th Street. And Lisa Welch is also a tedious born-again person, but not as tedious as Cameron, what's her face?
Yeah.
Original Scrooged. A tedious born-again person. Best quote ever. Boom.
Well, there's several actresses that were child actresses that they keep recycling through the Hallmark movies. And the one I'm not crazy about is Candace Cameron Bure. But the other two I enjoy. One of them is Danica McKellar, if you remember her as Winnie Cooper on The Wonder Years. I do like her. And then the other one was on Party of Five, Lacey Chabert, I think. And those three actresses, like, really make a lot of money doing those Hallmark romances. I enjoy them. Mm-hmm. I tell you, I don't watch them for the content or storyline or the actors so much as the decorations, all the ornaments and the decorations that I don't have to do.
Patricia Tyree, Robin, I'll fall over if your next hat is made out of foil.
I don't know if I have foil in the house, but yeah, I would.
Preacher's Wife with Whitney.
You just made me think of The Preacher's Wife. What about The Bells of St. Mary's?
You know, it's been a long time since I've seen that one. So, okay, Spiritual Rain, Puppies Are Calling. So much fun. Thank you. And no need to apologize, dear. I will, I'll do that, Pinky.
You know, when you hold that up like that, I thought it was featuring playing cards. For some reason, the roses far away and out of focus look like hearts and diamonds cards, like fanned out. Like,
That would be fun.
That would make a nice cup.
Yeah. Yeah, I love watching comedies. I am okay, to answer my own question, I will watch any version of A Christmas Carol. My top three are A Christmas Carol with Patrick Stewart, the Muppet Christmas Carol, which is delightful, and I love Scrooged. That's probably my favorite. So, and then I do like Love Actually. I think it's quite good. So it's like, yeah, nice. And I'm thinking, because some of these are hard, because there's some movies that just make me happy, so I watch them. But I could spend all of the time watching versions of A Christmas Carol, including An American Christmas. Do you remember that one? Starring Henry Winkler?
No.
There you go. Woo. So
yeah, Calla says Alistair Sim. I'm surprised that you didn't pick that one. It seems to be a lot of people's favorite.
Yes, but I remember seeing it in black and white on PBS. So, and A Christmas Story. That's funny, but they watched they played The Christmas Story far too long for me, and so I'm like, yeah, okay,
yeah,
but
done to death.
Anyhow,
it's a classic, but done to death.
Yes, but let's go back to, as a child, it was the Rankin and Bass holiday shows
Mhm.
that were the big ones, and sometimes they showed those really early in the month of December, and I missed them, and so it wasn't a good thing. It made me sad. So, but it's like, dang. Oh, there it goes. That's cute. Very cute. Look at that. You're a little horny devil.
Yeah, time to be a little devilish, perhaps.
Little devilish. So, if anybody in the chat has questions for us, we will be happy to answer them. Deanne said, Prancer was a great one. I loved when I was a kid, and that had some really reality in it. Thank goodness for YouTube. I watched it last week, Lise was saying. So, oh, Ms. Tarot D, worst Christmas movies ever were Home Alone. Fight me. Ooh, I'll just sit and watch this, you know. Wow. The Fonz does Christmas, yeah.
Thank heavens for YouTube, because there are so many people out there with channels that dredge the bottoms of barrels at old garages to find these long lost treasures that we watched when we were kids. Like, I've seen so many like TV commercials and old series in black and white, and they're just great old classic shows that from our youth that haven't been aired in years, and it's so wonderful that they're still there in somebody's vaults, and we get to see them on YouTube.
Yeah, I remember there's a couple of new holiday movies that have come out. Klaus was a nice one that was on Netflix, and the I also watched The Man Who Invented Christmas. Have you seen that one?
I don't think so.
Okay, that might be something I would encourage people, if you like the movie, if you like the story of A Christmas Carol. The Man Who Invented Christmas is about Charles Dickens writing A Christmas Carol.
Oh.
And it's fascinating to see how, and I could see how he, as a creator, as a writer, would have conversations with the characters to find out what they would do next, and they would come to life, and it was fascinating. So it's like
I like
wow.
to watch a lot of those sort of history type documentaries too, about how different countries celebrate Christmas holidays around the world, and
Oh yes.
rituals that they have, and how they have Santa Claus or Saint Nicholas or Sinterklaas or Kris Kringle. There's so many, and I think the first one I heard was actually Saint Nicholas was from Turkey, and the story was a man who didn't have money to pay for his daughter's dowry, and this wealthy man in town decided to help out by tossing coins in their window at night so he could marry off his daughter, and he did it anonymously, and it sort of became this habit of him donating things, and there was, I think there was the first thing, it was through an open window, and the window was broken or something, so they could afford to fix their window. Then he threw them down the chimney, and the people in the house had hung their socks up over the chimney to dry. The coins landed in the socks, and so that sort of started the legend of Saint Nicholas giving gifts to the poor.
Okay. I always like how these legends come up, and how they do. But also there's Krampus.
Yeah.
So, and yes, today is also Saint Nick's birthday. Yes. And and there's lots of New Year's Eve traditions. And Ms. Teradi said in Italy, la Befana, a good witch or village healer, is more and more popular than Santa.
Mm.
That's nice. Ooh, I like that. Oh, look, Jamie, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path is here. Hello, Jamie. Please notice my bangs. And by the way,
show her her signature cup hold.
this is the signature Jamie cup hold. It was set in love. So, anyhow. But somebody was mentioning, do you remember the Hershey's Kiss commercials, the one where they're all looked up, they're lined up like a Christmas tree and the bells ring?
Yeah.
They have been using that same commercial for eons. That's
Yeah.
a slight exaggeration. I do not know when they started using it, but it's one of those things that it's like, oh my gosh, that is so much fun.
Oh,
So,
my favorite commercial now I got to share with you since we're talking about Christmas commercials. The Wendy's one where the fat guy with the beard comes in to have a peppermint frosty, and the people behind the counter are saying, I think that's Santa. No, that's just some old guy having, I'll solve it. And the worker goes over to him and says, mind if I sit? And the next scene is he's sitting on the guy's knee.
yeah. Oh, I love that.
If you haven't seen it, it's my favorite commercial this year.
I love that. And I did see, I believe I saw Nancy is here. Hello, Paper Moon Tarot. Now, Nancy and Jamie were talking about during a live that they could talk about anything. And sometime in January, I'm going to actually have them on my channel together. And we're going to talk about controversial subjects, I guess, something like that. I'll have to look back to see what they were talking about. But I would be happy to host that. That could be fun. Yes, people love the bells, and Nancy said, haven't had TV in years, so I just don't know the commercials anymore. I get that one. They are the bells. I have to see 3 commercials. Are Hershey's Kiss bells, M&Ms, He Is Real, and the Palm Tree Corona. So, and Sherry said, thinks that commercial came out in the 70s. So, Viviani said one of my Xmas traditions is to eat classic panettone. Nice. And I understand that classic panettone is really good to make into French toast. Can you imagine all of that? Do you know what panettone is, Robin?
Yeah.
Can you imagine all that luscious, buttery bread covered with yummy eggs and then grilled? It's like,
it's kind of stiff like a biscuit, though, isn't it? Maybe it softens up when it gets the other stuff in it.
Oh, Viviani said yes, it makes great French toast. So
maybe when the egg and the butter get in, it absorbs it like a sponge and softens it up.
Controversial subject. Do you put peanut butter on first or the jam?
On what?
On bread? Or on who? On the gingerbread men. Nancy goes, Tara Stash, shall Jamie and I tackle abortion or same-sex marriage or overflow the democracy or maybe just tarot and food? Well, if we could figure out a way to do all of those, boom. So, oh my gosh. And Sherry H says, I like making beignets during my Christmas Xmas break. Is that beignets? Is that the correct pronunciation?
Yeah. It's like a donut, right?
I don't know, but
I think it's a French donut that's very light and airy. I'm not sure if they're all filled or not. They might be.
I have to say, this time of the year, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about cooking, and people making like Thanksgiving meals and stuffing and all of that stuff. It's like, ooh, yum. And I was watching somebody make donuts, and I kept walking around going, I want donuts now. And I almost went out and got donuts, and I watched another one. It's like, ooh, geez. Peanut
I
butter first to seal holes on the bread, then jelly. Clean
I
minds only.
I've been watching YouTube cooking episodes too, but it's funny, this time of year makes me more grateful, and I watch a lot of these budget cooking things, like cooking on a week for for $1
Mm-hmm.
or something, and they
Mm-hmm.
have really severe budgets, and they buy the shop at the dollar store or whatever for their ingredients, and they're just like really resourceful at how far you could make your money stretch if you
Yes.
don't have money. And I feel such gratitude that I'm in a position that I am, that I don't have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of money, but
Yeah.
somehow it makes me feel more thankful for what I do have.
I love that.
It's also
Yeah.
interesting to see how many ways can you spread rice and beans or whatever ingredients you get on
There
the
you go.
you know
There you go. Um,
very
Medium Betsy Palmer and Coyote the Gray are heading out. So thank you for being here, both of you. And I appreciate everybody for being here. Well, Robin, there are some really good shows out there. You're right. Good videos about how to stretch your money.
mm-hmm.
And there have been some that I've seen where it's like, set like grandma from the Depression
Mm-hmm.
um, teaches you how to make a meal. And then there was, what is it, the granny pasta or the pasta grandmas? And that's filmed in Italy, and they talk about how they make pasta. And it's like, wow. So, and okay, and Nancy said, in my 20s, working in theater, I used to make one soup pan of clam chowder last the week, and
Mm.
that's about all I ate. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So, and yes, it is bidet, Ms. Tarot D. So,
Mhm.
but gosh, so what do you have coming up on your channel, Robin?
Are we done already? I thought we
Well,
might
we're in an
do something with cards tonight.
Well, what do you want to do with cards?
I thought you wanted to do some readings or something. Well, we don't have to, but
I think, well, it's been an hour and 23 minutes, so we should probably let people get on with other things. But then
I don't.
Robin,
I thought we might touch on tarot at some point, maybe about holiday decks or wish lists or stocking
well,
stuffers or something. I don't know.
then what is on your holiday wish list for tarot?
Uh,
I asked him too quick. He asked me, and then I asked him.
yeah,
So,
it's a well, actually, there's only one, and I'm not finding decks these days that I really want. I did find one on Etsy, and I should have learned my lesson by now, because it was from Ukraine, and Ukraine's got enough trouble going on without having to mail me my decks. You
yeah,
know, I enjoyed the artwork in this, and I wanted to support the creator, but then I realized I'm going to have to wait potentially months to get that
yeah.
deck.
Hmm.
And so I don't know if I'm going to get it in time for the holidays. It's already been over a month.
You
And I
won't.
don't know if it's coming this month or not. And I feel bad about that. And I feel, oh, I shouldn't even order them from Ukraine. But we'll see. This one is one of those ones with animals that are dressed like people. It's
Hmm.
very much like the Curious Creatures, but it's even more colorful and exotic than that
Oh.
is, which is saying something.
Hmm.
I can't remember the name of it. It's something like the Spiritual Animals Tarot Deck or something, or
Mm.
Spirit of Animals.
Oh.
It's
Sheila Spirit Messenger is here. Hello, Sheila.
hi. So that's the only one on my wish list that I hope arrives by Christmas. But I do think that there are some out there to suggest to people for like stocking stuffers. I was
Okay.
talking on my channel about, you know, is there a deck in your collection perhaps that you think is sort of undersold and you'd recommend to put in someone else's stocking as a gift, or you'd like to share
Ooh.
your joy of that deck with someone who doesn't have it? I tend to go for ornamentation. So I'm thinking of things like the mini tarot deck,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
particularly ones that have gold foiling or gold edges, or
Uh-huh.
you know, or the patterns on them are really ornate, and um,
Mm-hmm.
like the Golden Art Nouveau, or um, yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I wanna put up a couple of chats because um it's like okay. Ms. Tara D said I saw a very interesting fun RWS Christmas deck on another channel, but it was over $60, but so cute. And Nancy said I ordered a Ukraine deck last November and got it in September this year. So,
I almost ordered a Christmas deck that was made from vintage Christmas cards. I
ooh,
thought
fun.
looks cute, and I think I might like to have that. And then I looked at the where it was shipping from. I said, no, I'll never get it.
Mm.
You know,
And Purple Elephant Deb H said, perhaps Robin needs to revisit Tarot Sachet for another tea time.
yeah,
And we were talking about this because we want to do, I would love to host you, Robin, for sassy tarot card readings.
yeah, sassy sachet.
Sachet tarot readings. Yes.
Maybe we can
And
even pull in the sashurabito.
oh, he's here all week. Drink your tea, people. That was funny. And Sherry H said, I still want to get the Rebel deck or some of the others. I actually have the Rebel deck and then the Inner Effing Peace, which is fun. Those are a little bit sassy. So, and okay. Yeah, the Rebel deck is a lot of fun. I want to do readings with that. Let's do a Secret Santa movement with us gifting each other decks we want to pass on. I mean, if you've got decks you want to pass on, let people know. I'm sure they'll do that. Thank you, Sheila. I decided to go with bangs this time. And Jamie said, I just received the cutest deck ever today that I had to sign for. Not Christmas, but it's called the Boo Tarot.
Yeah. You have your wig has the sassiest curl to it. Did you use a curling iron on that?
This is just natural. It's my natural color and my natural curl. I don't have to do anything to it, Robin. Come on. Yeah. When it's Sachi. Like and subscribe. I'll let you know. The glitter weight. I've wanted this one for so long. Calla Lizzie said. And Sheila Spirit Messenger just got the pasta tarot today.
Wow.
Sheila, I have the pasta tarot. Interviewed one of the creators last year for that. That's great. And Nancy said, I've been tempted by the Boo. I hope you love it. Calla Lizzie said the Boo Tarot is great. Just looking at it last night, there are a few Christmas Boo images.
The color
So
the color of your hair is so vivid. I think you must have done it at the salon here in New York called Curl Up and Dye.
I love the name of that. So, but it's like, but I wanted to stand out from the roses, and I coordinate with my cup.
You're just a lovely flower in a lovely garden.
And I did my nails to match my wig. So it's just for you, Robin.
Calla wants to know what polish you have on. What's the name of it?
Um, where's my magnifying glass, Miss Tara D? There it is. You can't see it.
No, it's not focused.
Here, wait a minute. Let me see. Let me do something. Spare me a French quarter. 2157. Spare me a French quarter. It's an OPI. Is it an OPI? There you go. It's an OPI.
You need a Patreon so we can spare you a quarter to buy more nail polish.
So, and thank you, Viviani. Oh, look, yes, and yes, I am trying to get so many people to like the Robin Wood. So it was a birthday and a surprise gift for Heather. So she got the Robin Wood deck and the Robin Wood Tarot book, the book. So, oh, what did Deanne say? Booze of Christmas past, eh? That's funny. So, yes, Tarot Sachet is a petite flower. Thank you. With everything about me is completely natural. So, OPI, that's the good stuff that I bought at what is it, Marshall's on sale. You know, where Ms. Tarot D gets a bunch of her tarot decks. No thorns on that rose, that's for sure. Sherry's got tons of nail polish. Well, and if you've got 10 fingers, if you have 10 fingers, you could use 10 different colors of nail polish. So, just saying. So, my. So, anyhow, well, Robin, this has been so delightful. Thank you. What do you got coming up?
Can't think of a thing. Anybody on the channel, get in touch.
I'll be in touch for us to do. We could do readings on your channel. We also need to have. You were wanting to have. You know, we could do the really sassy readings here. We could do them on your channel, but I think there's enough sass in both of us to really fill a couple hours on both channels.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
We might even find a sassy third to join us.
Ooh, a sassy third. That sounds, you know. Yeah. Oh, Calla Lizzie said more hats, Robin.
I got more. I'll have to dig them out of the bag.
And Robin makes these hats. You crochet these hats.
Well, this is old inventory, I'm sorry to say, but
Robin, you still crocheted it.
Yeah.
So there you go. Nancy said, I want to see matching wigs next time. I just need Robin's address so that I can mail him something. So,
maybe
yes.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, maybe I'll go ahead and get that wig I was looking at on Amazon for next time.
I think that could be fun. And yes, Sherry H is, and I will probably be doing something. I have my week of Yule is quite busy, but after that, Ms. Tarot D needs to head out. So you are so wonderful to have you here and to enjoy the laughs. So thank you. And Kathy said, Robin, you've been a trooper considering you've been unwell. Looking forward to the sassy readings next time. So, and yes, everybody, thank you all for joining us. Robin, hang out for a second. I have got an outro, which I showed last time, but then maybe Robin and I can figure out when we're going to do something next. Ooh.
Can I pull one card before we go, just fast?
Yes, please do.
Water.
I'll pull one too.
Drink plenty of water. Drink plenty of water. I think that's why I've been lightheaded lately. I haven't been drinking enough water.
Oh, there you go. And Ms. Tarot D said, Robin, can I buy a hat to wear during my chemo treatments for my bald head?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, just look through my Facebook. Reach out to me on Facebook. I'll tell you where to look for that stuff.
Ooh, and my card is the Six of Pentacles from the Out of Hand deck. It's about sharing the resources you have with the people around you. Ask if people need help, and then share. So I think that's a good reminder. So Calla Lizzie loves your mushroom deck, Robin. It's actually Toadstool, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't know the difference, but yeah. Is there
so
a difference between a mushroom and a toadstool? A toad
it,
sits on a toadstool, I think. Maybe that's the difference.
I'm not sure. It's a very good question. So all right. Thank you everybody for joining, and we are going to head out. So Robin, hang out. Thanks everybody.